This is the free stuff that I found in a storage unit. Well, it's not really a storage unit, it's a storage container on my property that was being rented by somebody, and they didn't pay their rent for a while, so they got kicked out and they left crap behind. And this is one of the things that was in there. New, these things go for about 400 bucks, so we'll see if it works, and if not, I don't know what I'll do with it. Got a Makita circular saw, sans blade, but if it spins, then we know it works. And a Delta miter saw. So let's get this crap out and see if any of it works. Alrighty, so I ran an extension cord from my garage so that way I can just plug this stuff up where it sits and see if it has any movement or anything, because if it doesn't, I'm not going to bother getting it out because this stuff is heavy and I'm lazy. Hello, Mr. Helicopter. That's annoying. Alright, now that TC's done doing his flyby, let's see if we can get this thing turned around. No, that's a fun noise. This thing is absolutely grimy and dead ants and stuff all over it. So, plugged in. There's the on button. Alright. That works. That came on. Looks like it's full of about 50 rat's nests though, so on to the next. Alright, let's see if this Makita saw has any signs of life. Probably not the safest thing in the world to do this without a blade on it, with everything just kind of jiggling around, but let's just see if the motor works. That's 2 for 2. So far, it's my lucky day. Forward. That's not pretty. Alright, well, nothing caught on fire, so that's a good sign. Woohoo! So that's 3 for 3. All 3 things plug in and seem to work. Haven't gone through all of the settings on this jet air filtration system. I know it has like maybe 3 speeds or something like that. Haven't tried those yet, but so far I do know that it does work. So it's at least worth digging out here and actually cleaning up along with these other 2 saws. So let's get started with that. Alright, it's been a couple days since I first brought this stuff over to the house, and I think the first thing I'm going to do is get some of the gunk and grime off of everything, because I'm pretty sure that this thing for sure probably has some critters and varmints and who knows what else living inside of it. All sorts of creepy crawlies. But I'm going to try to get the outside of it at least clean enough to handle without getting disgusting in the process. Well, you know, my Dollar Tree cleaner isn't spraying too well. Oh well. Alright, one surface down. I think it was a little dirty. All right, Now we're getting somewhere. The business end of this thing is especially cruddy. Let's see if my little 3-gallon Harbor Freight air compressor has enough juice in it to get this blown off. Nope. And if you want to see why, just click the link right here to my review of this particular air compressor. So I'll just do this the old-fashioned way. Ugh. Man, I'm gonna have to scrape this stuff off with a putty knife or something. We'll see how a painter's tool works on it. This is getting it off, albeit very slowly. Probably be better off with some sort of wire brush or something, but if you saw my garage, you'd see why I'm not even going to bother looking for one. It is, it's pretty bad right now. Need to get it cleaned up and organized so I don't spend 30 minutes looking for a tool to do a 2-minute job. We'll just see how well we can do with this. It is ridiculous how grimy this thing is and how stuck on. So I guess it's actually not the air compressor's fault that it couldn't get this stuff blown off, because it's really on there. But I can at least blow the dust away. And it's out. That's all the little tank had to offer. Now we can actually hose it down and maybe we'll get somewhere. Looks like we got a few places here where the paint is starting to come off. I can't imagine why. A little bit missing right there. Get this control panel cleaned off and actually see what all this stuff is. All right. So apparently this thing has 3 different speeds, which I did not check when I first checked it just to see if it would work. I was just interested to see if the thing would come on or not. But it looks like it has high, medium, low, and a timer, I guess, where you can time it to 2, 4, or 8 hours. I don't really know. I'll have to see if I can find the manual to one of these online. Make sure how all that stuff works and everything. I do know that a lot of these, or most of them I guess, came with a remote control, which unfortunately I did not find in the same little storage container that I found this in. That's not as if to say that it might be in there somewhere, but the place was mainly overridden with rats' nests and colonies of ants and stuff like that, so I didn't go rummaging through a lot of boxes or anything like that. But I'd say we're getting there. Now the main thing is Gotta try to, oh, where are you? There you are. Get all this insulation and crap that's built up inside of it out of it without completely having to take it apart. You've got bolts right here all the way around, but I'm assuming that actually holds the blower motor in place. So I'm not really looking to take those out. So we'll see what I can come up with. Well, I looked around in the garage to see what I had to try to get in there and yank that stuff out, all this insulation and stuff, but everything I have is either too big to fit in the hole, or you have to have it closed to get in the hole, and then you can't open it up to grab things and pull it out. So we're gonna have to address that later. There is all the culprit junk. Obviously a rat's nest or something inside of there at one point, or some sort of rodent. I keep saying rat. We don't really have an issue with rats around here, but mice, definitely. Come on, work with me. Pretty, or prettier at least. So I got it flipped around to the back side now where the air intake is, and yeah. That's a good looking filter right there. Let's see what we can do about that. Apparently this thing just pulls out. Any bets on what you're gonna find behind it? As long as nothing comes rushing out at me, I'll probably be okay. It's actually quite clean on the inside. So let's see what we can do about this guy. I think they actually have a like pre-filter. I think it might go over this once this is in there, like a more like a filter like you would see in your house or something, and it keeps this from getting like, you know, in this state. But we'll see what we can do with it. All right. First thing I'm going to do is blow my mask out. I always have a fear there's going to be spiders or something that have taken up residence in it. All right. Yeah. I'm using the big air compressor for this in case you hadn't noticed. Good thing I'm wearing a mask. Kind of. And that is what I was afraid of. Holy crap, it's full of them. There's another one right there. Bye. Criminy. absolutely freaking despise spiders. I know those guys, or at least that one is still in there somewhere, waiting to ambush me, no doubt. Or I'm going to blow it out onto my face. So. Okay. That is as good as that's going to get doing that. Well, it's not perfect by any means. And there still may or may not be a creepy crawly living in there. But that's as good as I'm going to get it. The next person that owns it can clean it until their heart's content. Why won't you go back in? It's got clips. Yeah. These clips definitely lead me to believe that there's another pre-filter that's supposed to go on this. That'll do. It's better than it was, for sure. So I looked this thing up online and confirmed that there is another filter that goes in the back of it in front of that filter that I blew out. It gets a pre-filter in front of that. And this is a timer for 2, 4, or 8 hours, and it will automatically switch off. But apparently you have to have the remote to make that work, which I don't plan on buying a remote for this thing just to sell it, because the remotes are only like 30 bucks, and if anything I might not even break even with it. They go for about 400 new, so if I figure I can put it up for maybe 150 or something like that, and surely someone will want it for that, and it will be worth it for them to buy the remote. But let's get it plugged in now and actually see if all of the fan speeds actually work. That would be nice. Hey. You're probably getting some wind noise. I'm going to move the camera over a little bit. Probably still getting wind noise. Low. Medium. High. Good deal. All the fan speeds seem to work, and it actually started to blow out some of the crap that I've been trying to get a hold of, which I'm just going to take some tweezers or a wire with a little hook on the end of it and get in there and pull all that out. So yeah, aside from doing that, I'd call this one done and ready for the list of Craig. We already know that the miter saw works. It's just really dirty, so we'll go ahead and get it cleaned up using a different blow-off nozzle. Only problem is you can't turn it off. Alright, now let's see if we can get this thing cleaned up a little bit at least. And this is probably not going to work for me, or actually, yeah, kind of. You know what? There we go. Just cleaning it up a little will make a huge difference when it comes time to sell it. I mean, even if I didn't clean it up, the saw still works perfectly fine. It'll work the same either way. But just cleaning it up might mean an extra 10, 15 bucks to somebody, just because it looks more appealing. Well, That guy needs some WD-40. Feels like the whole thing needs some WD-40. I'm gonna go get some WD-40. Alright, let's hit some of its parts and pieces with some Walmart WD-40. Might as well clean the bottom of it up a little bit, at least get the cobwebs out of it while I'm at it. There, perfect-ish. Now we'll see if this thing wants to rotate for us at all. There we go. I can clean that spot that was hiding. Alright, got my glove. Alright, I'm gonna continue to clean and I'll bring you guys back when I'm a little further along. It apparently had a sticker right here at some point. The sticker is long gone, but it's left this goo behind. See if we can scrape all that off there. Huh. Blade sharp. Apparently I cut my hand. Good thing I've had my tetanus shot. Much better. Patina. So I definitely won't be advertising this as like new condition, but it's at least not as grimy as it was, and still a good saw, so somebody will be happy with it and get a good deal. Good deal. Now on to the little circular saw. I'm missing the blade. This is the little Makita circular saw. So I'm just going to get it cleaned up. All I really need to do is it is missing the blade. Actually, it's a pretty decent saw. I'm half tempted to keep this one. We'll see how it takes a polish. It's not even that dirty, really. Certainly not as much so as the Delta saw. Whenever you're cleaning up stuff like this, it's always a good idea to get the cord too. Everybody always forgets the cord. Looks pretty decent. Let's see about getting a blade on it. Just gotta get it apart. Need a blade. Gotta love good old Harbor Freight. Brand spanking new blade. Just over $6. And of course, my free flashlight. Just went to the garage to find my retaining ring pliers. And I did find them, but got that there, but it's missing on this side. I'll see if I can still make it work. I don't have high hopes. Almost. I need more hands. Plan B. Let's see if I can get it on there, trying to spread it apart with a screwdriver. Almost. Well, I continued trying to get this clip on using other means, and it didn't work, but I didn't get any of that recorded because my camera died. But while I had it hooked back up for about 30 minutes to give it a little bump, I got to thinking about these snap ring pliers. What if I just got rid of this other piece that's sticking out here, that the good side, and stuck them on the grinder on both sides and just kind of whittled it down to where I had points on both sides again? Let's find out. Helps when you plug it in. Let's try this again. There we go. Oh, it's good and broke. See if this works. Whew, hot. And if not, it'll focus. I'll grind it a little more. Alright, let's see if I can make this work. Well, now they're too short. Let's see what I can do about that. Maybe if I just bend these handles so that way it kind of gets out of its own way. I mean, these things are pretty much done for anyway. Now I can squeeze it a little beyond it being all the way open. See if that works. Oh, almost. Come on. All right. We are back in business. Get our little spacer on there. Get our saw blade going, making sure it's going on the right direction. And bear in mind, sometimes they could have print on both sides, so don't let that confuse you. Just make sure it's going the right way. Well, ever get it on there? There we go. there. Get our screw. Let's see if I can get this done before I get a sunburn. Alright. Hold these with some pliers. Alright. Let's get her plugged in and see what happens. Alright. It's a saw again. Pretty quiet too. I may keep it. Okay, so that is the jet air filtration system. Good to go to a new owner. Both saws are in good working order and cleaned up as best that they can be. Of course, I may keep that one. I kind of like that little guy. If I decide not to, these are ready to go to a new home. So that's pretty much going to do it for this video. Sorry there wasn't actually really anything to repair since everything kind of worked already. Didn't really need to do a lot. But I'm pretty much just kind of testing out this new format of doing videos this way, and just kind of showing you some of the stuff that I'm wrenching on and projects that I have going. If you enjoyed the video though, don't forget to leave a comment and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that way you can be notified of any new videos. And until next time, see ya.